Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my All About Winter series where I'm creating winter and holiday DIY decor that will help you bring fun, festive, and elegant pieces to your home. For more budget-friendly ideas, please visit my All About Winter playlist link in the description box. Now it's time to get inspired. I'm going to create this super cute advent calendar. I'm going to start off by taking these puzzle pieces from Dollar Tree, which are wooden, and they're great for creating shapes. I'm going to create a house shape, and so I'm just taking these blocks and I'm going to create all the little windows that will hold the treats inside. I'm just simply taking my hot glue and creating some shapes that are generally all the same size. There are only going to be a few that will be a different size because of the layout of how I create my little shapes. They will not be the exact same size, but the size discrepancy is so small you can't tell. Here you see I'm just placing some blocks in a row, and I'm going to create several more rows. And here you see I'm just going to build on to what I've already created. I'm just going to keep adding until I get the structure of the desired amount that I need, which I'm going to create 24 of these shapes. Now that I've created my framework of about 4 across, I realized that I really needed to make 5 across. I was creating this DIY late at night, so I had a few mess ups, and this is one. So I just simply added more to the side, which I added an entire row, and now I'm creating the top portion, which is off center from the rest of it, but it is going to be a little house shape, and so this is perfect for that. Now as you can see, I've doubled it up. I've created 2 deep, and this can hold the size of treat within each little window. Now I will need to add more of these puzzle pieces across both sides at the very bottom to create a better base so it can stand with no problem. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel by clicking that subscribe button, and in order to not miss any of my upcoming videos, be sure to click on that notification bell and select the word all. Now I'm just going to add a couple of pieces up at the top here on the sides, just at the very top, and now across the top of my structure I'm going to place some pieces all the way across the top, and this will help with the structural part of the roof that I'm going to create. And now that I've finished adding all the pieces, I'm going to go ahead and give my structure 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. I will allow dry time between each coat. Something that I didn't notice, and you will see as I go along further, unless if you can already tell, I did have quite a bit of a mess up. Now here I'm going to take this game board from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to simply give it 3 coats of white chalk paint. This will be the back of my advent calendar. Now I'm going to take these pieces from that same game board. I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to give the backs of them 2 coats of white chalk paint. And as you can see, I'm using that little plastic spatula to hold each piece in place as I paint. This really helps keep the pieces in place without getting my fingers completely covered in paint, and it does not mess up the paint job. Now that everything is dried, I'm going to give my structure a good coat of my glossy Mod Podge. And now I'm going to take my quick adhesive and I'm going to, across the back of it, place some of this quick adhesive, and then I'm going to come back with my hot glue gun, and I'm going to go very quickly because the hot glue dries very fast, and I'm going to place my game board across the back of it, which was perfect. I'm just going to hold it down. And now I'm going to take a measuring tape and I'm going to measure each one of these little windows because I'm going to create some little doors. As I said, the windows that are on the far right are slightly smaller, so I needed to know the exact measurements for both sets of windows. Now I'm going to take this really cute gingham checked paper from a paper pack that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. This is the same paper that I used in another project in my It's a Sweet Christmas video, which is in my All About Winter series. For more on those projects, please visit my All About Winter series playlist link that I will link down in the description box. I'm going to trim down all these pieces as they will be the doors for my little advent calendar. And yes, that is just simply paper, but I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to coat the front and the backs of these pieces of paper to further strengthen them. As you see, I'm using that little spatula again to hold my pieces in place. Now I'm going to take a red permanent marker and I'm simply going to write out the numbers of the month on these small wooden pieces that were the game pieces. And now I'm taking hot glue and I'm simply adhering each number to the little doors that have already been Mod Podged and they've dried. And now, after I've hot glued all of them in place, I'm going to take some glossy Mod Podge and I'm going to give one good coat to the tops of the numbers. Now I'm taking this floral pick from, I believe, Walmart, and I'm going to just remove all of these little berries. And I'm going to just hot glue the berries onto my little faux doors. And I think they're adorable. They look like little knobs. Now I'm going to attach my doors. I'm just taking a line of hot glue, placing it at the top of each one of these little windows, and I'm just placing the edge of my Mod Podged papers, and I'm just pressing it down and adhering them. Now here is where I'm realizing my mistake. This was late at night. That is the only thing that I can come up with as to how I did this. And as you can see, I don't have enough windows. So I had to unfortunately remove the entire base. I was really disappointed. I was really disappointed in how I had messed up. But I recovered and I created one more row, which is what I needed. I needed a fifth row. And after I've created my extra row and redid the base that needed to be there, I'm taking some cardboard and I'm just creating, after painting it, I'm just adding it to the back. And now I can finish adding all my little doors. So that was a little bit of a mess up. Now I'm going to take this jumbo craft stick and I'm going to place it at an angle at the top here. As you recall, I placed that small row of puzzle pieces at the top, and that is what I'm going to use to help with that structure of my rooftop. So I'm taking this smaller craft stick and I'm going to just measure about how long I'm going to want this to come off of the edge of that, and I'm just going to mark it with my pencil, and I'm going to mark several of these craft sticks, and I'm going to cut with my scissors. And with hot glue, I'm just simply going to line them up, and I'm going to apply them to the roof and create a whimsical, adorable rooftop for my advent calendar. As you can see, it wasn't very difficult to line them up very straight. And there's a small edge left on the side there, and so I just snip it off. And now I'm going to take some red, or rather crimson, chalk paint, and I'm going to just place 2 good coats of this crimson chalk paint. It's so festive, so cute. This is a pumpkin sign from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use one of the pieces. I'm just going to cut it from the rest, give it a good 3 coats of white chalk paint, and then when everything is dry, I'm going to come through and pencil in some writing which says Santa's Little Sweet Shop, and then with a very fine tipped brush I'm going to use red, or rather the crimson, for Santa's, and for the word little I'm just going to use black. And then Sweet Shop I will paint in chalk paint called Agave. I wanted to embellish this, so I'm taking some Dollar General stickers from a decal pack that I used for 2 different projects. I'm going to take these Christmas trees and gingerbread men that I did not use, and I'm just going to place them on there, and I think they're perfect. It's the perfect color. And I'm going to just cover the entire thing with glossy Mod Podge to hide the fact that they are decals. That does help to camouflage the shininess of the decal. And now I'm going to take some puzzle pieces and I'm going to glue them to the back at the very top, and that is what I'm going to rest my Santa's Sweet Shop sign on top of, and perfect. I hope you enjoyed my sweet Advent calendar as much as I enjoyed putting it together. If you did enjoy this video, please give me a big thumbs up like. For more of my All About Winter videos, please visit that playlist link down in the description box. Always look around you for the beauty in your life. It's right there waiting for you to see it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until the next video, have a sweet day.